Hey there! Well, today we'll be talking about how to solve the Rubik's Cube. Now, I know this is a magic channel, and you may be thinking to yourself, well, that's not really magic, because I'm actually going to teach you how to solve the Rubik's Cube for real. But there is something magical about it, and you'll be surprised how impressed people are when they see that you know how to solve the Rubik's Cube. So this is a Rubik's Cube. I hope you know that much already. And just some terminology, so we're on the same page. This is, obviously, from my point of view, this is the front of the cube. This is the top, the bottom, and obviously then the right and the left. Whenever I tell you to turn a side, I want you to turn it clockwise. So if I said front, you would turn the front one turn clockwise. And if I said front inverted, that's just the opposite. So then it's one turn counterclockwise. And if I said right, you turn the right side once. And right inverted would be once backwards. Left is one time. Now, when I say clockwise, as if you're looking at this side. So if I was looking at this side and I said left, this would be clockwise for that side. And then left inverted will be counterclockwise. The middle spot decides what color this side is, because the middle doesn't ever move. Like you can move this, you can move this, you can move all the sides, but the middle can't move. It stays there. So this has to be the white side, and this has to be the red side, and yellow, and so on. All right. So even when it's mixed up, you'll always look at the middle spot to know which side you're looking at. All right. So let's mix the cube up, and then we'll try to solve it. All right. So we are thoroughly mixed up now, and we're going to solve the cube. So the first thing we're going to do is try to solve one whole layer, and then once we solve one layer, then we'll go to solve the second layer, and then we'll solve the third layer. So that's how you solve it. It's in layers. Now, the way I'm going to teach you to solve the cube is not the fastest way to do it, but it is probably the easiest way. So I'll start with the blue side, since I'm looking at the blue side, and we know it's blue because the middle spot is blue. So I want to make a plus to start. I don't care about the corner pieces right now, just a plus. So I'll start with this one since it's already there. So you'd say, okay, good, well, I have one in place already. But it's actually not in place because although this side is blue, this side is orange. So if it's orange here, this is the white side, not the orange side. So I have to find the orange side, which is here, and I have to twist it so it's there. So now this piece is in the right spot because it's got the blue and the orange, okay? So now let's look for the next part of the plus. So I'll take this one now. So this is red and blue. So we go to find the red side. There it is. And I'm just going to spin it up. Now, we run into our first problem. It's in the right spot because blue is here and red is here, but you see that it's got to be flipped. It's on the wrong side. So that brings me to my first pattern, or like I said, algorithm. All right? So facing it so that the piece that you want to move is to the right, the first algorithm is going to be, and by the way, I'm going to put these in the notes so you don't have to memorize these, but you can write them down. The first algorithm is going to be right inverted, bottom inverted, front inverted, right front. That might sound like a lot, but some people just get this when they look at it too. They can just do it. But really, all we're trying to do is move this piece and flip it around. So really, I'm just moving it to the bottom, and then over, and then to the side, and then bring it right back up to the top. And now it is in the correct position. All right? So now let's look for the next blue piece. Well, here we have it. Same problem. It's the blue one. White's here and blue's here. It's good, but it's upside down. So let's follow that algorithm again. So it's right inverted, bottom inverted, front inverted, right, and front. And there you go. I just need that one last one to complete the cross, the plus sign. All right. So here it is. It's blue and yellow. So let's turn it around to the yellow side. Good news, it's already in the right position. So just spin it around. And now we have our plus sign. The next section is to get the four corners. So you say, well, there's one corner done already, but let's see, is it really done? Well, not really, because it's a corner, but it's not this corner because it's got white and red, and they need it to be orange and white. So this is not the right one for there, but we'll get back to that later. Let's take this one and put it in the correct spot first. So it's blue, yellow, and red. So I got to find, well, I know where the blue side is. Let's take it to the, okay, so there's yellow, and there's red. So it's blue, yellow, and red. So this piece is going to go up here. Now, the first step is to get it to just below where you want it to be. So it's right now in perfect position. All right? And that's going to bring us to our second algorithm, or second pattern. which is an easy one. It's a shorter one. It's right inverted, bottom inverted, right, and bottom. All right, so it's right inverted, inverted, right, bottom. Now, it's here, but it's not, I'm sorry, no, it is perfect. It came in the right position. If it had not been in the right position, you would just continue to do that same algorithm and over and over and over again until it showed up there in the right position. So let's go to the next one. Here we go, blue, orange, and white. So white, orange, blue. So it's below where it needs to be. It needs to be here. So let's just start that algorithm again. And look at that. One shot, it worked. It's not always that easy. All right, this one is white and red and blue. So white, red, and blue. All right, so we start the algorithm. All right, that's one. It didn't go there yet. It's 2 times. There's a blue one there, but it's not the right one. 3 times. 4 times. 5 times, and there you go. Now it's in the right spot. So we have one more corner left, and then we'll be a third of the way done with the entire cube. All right, so here's the last corner. We spin it around here, and then we just do the same thing, same algorithm. Right inverted, bottom inverted, right, bottom. Right inverted, bottom inverted, right, bottom. And there you go. Now we've completed one full side of the cube. But not just the side, the top, we also got this whole row complete here. Okay, so we have the blue side complete, and now we're going to try to complete the middle section. So some of it's done already for us, which is nice, but there's other parts that are not. And so it's not that hard to get these other parts. There's one more algorithm that you need to remember to get this middle section done. And it's actually, well, it's 2 versions of the same algorithm. All right, so it depends on which direction you're going to go on. Let me explain that. So what we're going to look for is anything on this top of this T that doesn't have green in it. So, for example, this one has green, so that's no good. This one doesn't have green in it, so that's perfect, right? So it's got orange and it's got white. So what we do is try to get it lined up with the white, which it already is. So if it was like this, I would have just turned it this way to line it up. So it's lined up with the white, and now I want to see where is the orange. Is it on this side or this side? So in this case, it's on the right side, all right? So basically, I want to move this piece to here. This piece doesn't really belong here because although it's white, it's got green on it. That's not where it's supposed to be. All right. So the algorithm is going to be, it's top right, top inverted, right inverted, top inverted, front inverted, top, front. Now, I know that was a long one, but once you do it a few times, it'll be pretty easy to remember. So let me actually do that now. So it's top, right, top inverted, right inverted, top inverted, front inverted, top, front. Now, what happened? So the blue, still done, but now that piece that was here is moved to here in position. All right? So we really have just one more to fix, is this one, because everything else seems to be in position, right? So let's look at the top now. We have green, so that's no good because it's got green in it, right? It matches the top. We don't want that one. This one has green in it, no good. This one has green in it, no good. This is the one we want. It doesn't have green on either side. So perfect. So we're going to line up with white. So we do that. Perfect. And now we want it to go this way. Last time we went to the right. This time we need to move it to the left. So the algorithm just kind of reverses itself. So the last one started with top and right. So instead of being top, this one's going to be top inverted and left inverted. So instead of being right, it's left inverted. So it's just reverse. I'm going to give you these algorithms, but you'll see it's the same basic idea. So it's top inverted, left inverted, top, left, top, front, top inverted, front inverted. And now we've completed the second full section. So we have 2/3 of the cube done now. Now, the top part, the first thing we want to do is we want to get the greens to be in a plus sign, all right? And there's a couple different combinations you're going to see when you get to this point. Sometimes you'll just have one green one here, because the rest will be on the outside. Sometimes you'll see it like this. So in this case, we have this kind of like backwards L, right? Or I can turn it this way, it'll be an L, right? So, you'd want to turn it up so that it faces like a backward L. That's kind of how you want it to be. If this was a straight line, you would turn it sideways, so it'd be straight across. So let's start like this one. Let me just show you that one. So it's front, right, top, right inverted, top inverted, front inverted. All right? Now, you didn't mess anything up down here. This is all still good. But now, instead of having that L backwards, now you have the straight line that I was talking about. That's good. All right? So now if it was this way, you just have to turn it sideways because you want it to be a sideways line. Now you do the same algorithm again. So front, right, top, right inverted, top inverted, front inverted. And there you go. Now you have your plus sign. All right, now the next step is to get the sides to be correct. So obviously they're like this, but that's not in the right spot. So let's find the orange. So we got the orange right. The yellow's right. Oh, the red's right. We got lucky this time. And the white is right. Okay, so I went back and I kind of mixed the cube up again because I really wanted to show you this part. I didn't want it to work out perfectly. So, two of them are correct now, the orange and the yellow, but the other ones are not correct. So I want to show you this last algorithm. You want to take the two that are correct and you want to just turn them so that one of them is on the right and one of them is away from you. All right, so right and on the far side. All right, and then we're just going to do the algorithm. So right, top, right inverted, top, right, top, top, right inverted, top. And now, 1, 2, 3, 4, they're all correct now. Had you had, so I had two next to each other that were correct. If you had two that were across from each other that are correct, you would just keep them across from each other and do that same algorithm. You wouldn't want to do it sideways. If you only have one that's correct, you put it to the right. All right, but you'll get the hang of it. If you do this algorithm and you had it in the wrong position, it won't ruin the rest of the cube. It'll just not work. You'll know to change it some other way. All right, so we're coming to the home stretch now. We want to find the corners, make sure the four corners are correct, because you have the plus sign now, which is fully correct, and the other two thirds are correct. So we have to see if any of these corners are in the right position right now. So that one's not. That one, green, red, green, red, and yellow. It's in the right spot, just got to be moved around. That's good news. This one is not in the right spot, and this one is not in the right spot. So since we have one in the right spot, I'm going to put it to the right side, and we're going to go to our final algorithm that you'll have to learn. There is one more you'll do, but it's one you've already learned. All right. So this one is pretty simple. It's up, right, up inverted, left inverted, then up, right inverted, up inverted, left. So we kind of just pushed them away from each other and then pulled them right back to each other. So now we'll check to see if it's correct. So this one's good now. This one is good. This one is good. And this one is good. Now they got to spun around, but they're in the right position, the right spots. If they had not been in the right spots, sometimes you have to do that same algorithm 2 or 3 times to get them right, and that's fine. You just keep doing it until they're correct. So this is the very last step, and this is really the most fun, this step, because you can kind of do it with your eyes closed. We're going to go back to that second algorithm that you learned earlier. So basically, you're going to hold it in one position. Now, once you start this move, you can't stop because you'll lose your place. All right? It's going to look like I'm messing the whole cube up, but I'm really about to solve it. All right? So once you have the orange facing you, I'm going to just decide that's what I'll do. So orange will be facing me, so I won't stop. So I'm going to go back to that algorithm earlier, which was right inverted, right, bottom. And I'm just going to keep doing that over and over until it gets into position. There you go. So this one is correct now. Now, without moving the cube around at all, just spin the top over once and do the same thing until this one's right. So it's that same algorithm over and over again. And you're just going to keep going until that one is in position. Okay. Now we have 2 of them in position. Again, don't lose track. The orange is the front. Spin it one more time. Do the same thing again. It looks like you're messing the whole cube up. Anybody who's watching you is going to think you're messing up right now. But you're actually about to finish it. So now this one, move it over. And just follow that same algorithm over and over again until it kind of magically comes together. There you go. And now you've solved the Rubik's Cube.